exactly what I do. Now that's what I gotta say. That's where we coming from today. That being the case, foundational Black American FBA are a distinct lineage group of Black Americans who are U.S. citizens by birth. You understand that? Can trace their ancestry to African people who were enslaved within the present day United States prior to the ratification of the 13th Amendment in 1865, and who descend from families who endured and overcame slavery, survived Reconstruction, racial terror, resisted Jim Crow and segregation, and built their communities despite generations of systematic discrimination, including redlining, racial violence, exclusion from the GI Bill, employment and housing discrimination, and the disproportionate incarceration. FBA status is defined not solely by race, but by lineage, historical and lived experience, and historical continuity. Unlike the Black populations who immigrated to this U.S. voluntarily after slavery, such as Afro-Caribbeans, African immigrants, foundational Black Americans are direct descendants of those whose unpaid labor, civic exclusion, and cultural innovation helped build the United States from the ground up. Somebody type ground up in the chat room. Famous examples of foundational Black Americans. Let's go into detail. Uncle D did some work on this, baby. If you're learning something you didn't know, baby, don't forget to pay me. If you ain't learned nothing yet, that's all right. We're going to get you. It's going to be a long one. Y'all going to learn something. This is for posterity. This is for the cheering. You understand me? Because we got too many weak Negroes in the Black community right now that y'all wouldn't stand up and do this if you could. The following individuals are among the most recognized and celebrated foundational Black Americans whose family roots extend deep into the soil of the United States, with ancestry tied directly to those who endured slavery, fought for civil rights, and built the cultural foundation of this nation. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, born in Gary, Indiana, to a working class foundational Black American family, Jackson's artistry, creativity, and global impact are unmatched. But his legacy was born from generations of struggle and survival in the Jim Crow era Midwest and South. His family lineage traces formerly enslaved people in the Deep South. Denzel Washington, one of the most acclaimed actors and directors of our time, born in Mount Vernon, New York. Shout out to everybody in New York. Shout out to all my New Yorkers. Washington's parents and extended family hail from Virginia and North Carolina, placing his roots firmly in the legacy of American chattel slavery and the Great Migration. Shout out to Derek Hollingsworth. Thank you so much, family. His dignified portrayals of Black heroes reflect generations of perseverance. Kobe Bryant, NBA legend and cultural icon, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Although he spent part of his youth in Italy, Bryant was raised in a family with deep Southern Black American roots. His father, Joe Jelly Bean Bryant, came from a lineage that traced back to the South enslaved populations. Serena Williams, she married to a white man, but that's okay. She's still foundational Black American. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. He's married to an Italian woman. Tennis champion and symbol of excellence, resilience, and power, born in Saginaw, Michigan, and raised in Compton, California. Williams' family is originally from Louisiana and Mississippi, linking her to enslaved ancestors and generations who rose above systematic barriers. Muhammad Ali, the greatest heavyweight boxer in history, born in Louisville, Kentucky, his birth name, Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., was inherited from a white Kentucky slave owner, making his very identity a reminder of the institution of slavery. Ali's family history, like many FBAs, is marked by poverty, segregation, and the pursuit of dignity through resistance. Mike Tyson, shout out, somebody type Iron Mike. Born in Brooklyn, New York, to a family with deep ties in the American South, Tyson's rise from poverty, is incarceration, and social inclusion to become a world champion is emblematic of the FBA experience and resilience in the face of historic and institutional challenges. And of course, the venerable Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader, Nobel Peace Prize winner, born in Atlanta, Georgia, Dr. King was a descendant of slaves and sharecroppers. His leadership during the 1950s and 1960s defined the modern movement for civil rights and solidified the FBA identity as one rooted in justice, endurance, and transformative leadership. These men and women are not just cultural icons. They are the sons and daughters of enslaved Africans raised by the descendants of people who survived the Middle Passage, Jim Crow, redlining, and who stood at the front lines of American innovation, protest, and pride. They are foundational Black Americans, and the Restorative Justice Initiative outlined in this act and the executive order is designed for our communities, their ancestors, and their legacy. Now, we see who the foundational Black Americans are. Let's talk about who they're not. Somebody type non-FBA in the chat room. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if you can hear me clearly because I don't see a lot of crowd participation. Can you hear me? Are you hearing with me what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand. Remember, I'm the bad guy. I want everybody on YouTube to remember who I am. I'm the one that gets your channels terminated if you say something I don't like. I'm the one that fights against the whole internet. When you make me angry, Uncle D will scrap with you. You understand? I want you to understand who I am. I will get down, dirty, and petty with this is who I am. Okay? I am the bad guy. Anybody? We're Native American. No, you're not. Okay? I'm the bad guy. And I don't care what you think. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm supposed to do. Now, let's go ahead and look at the non-FBA. Let's look at them. Y'all with me? Let me make it big. These are the people he likes. I find it remarkable. They're all I love. He's always expressed admiration for these people. He likes these people. Now, guess who you think who are these non-FBAs? Non-foundational Black Americans encompass individuals who are of African origin, but descended from the recent voluntary migrations from Africa, Latin America, or the Caribbean. These individuals, somebody type individuals, these individuals are respectfully excluded. Somebody type respectfully excluded, as they cannot trace their ancestral lineage to the enslaved Africans who were unlawfully trafficked into the United States of America. Restorative justice must be reserved for those whose ancestors built the United States through forced labor and survived its unique historical oppressions. Somebody type respectfully in the chat room. Shout out to my man MS Delta guy. Man, I ain't see you in a minute, baby. What's happening? Shout out to you for that 150. Yeah. Let me get on back to this work. I'm gonna get you later, man. Now, look what it is. Now, I told you the FBAs that I chose, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, these are ones that he liked. Who do you think these people are? Don't you think this is going? We know who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump he about that payback. Okay. So look, examples of non-FBA individuals who would be respectfully, somebody type respectfully, excluded from the designated class that include. In other words, these people wouldn't get any money. Tanya Chutkan, who is she? Chutkan. She is a U.S. district judge. She was born in Kingston, Jamaica. She's a Caribbean immigrant. Do you all know who she is? She's the judge who was in charge of one of the cases trying to prosecute Donald Trump in D.C. That's her, right? He don't like her. We know that. She from Jamaica. All right. Leticia James, currently New York Attorney General, may not be for long. Her family's from Trinidad. She's Afro-Caribbean. She is non-FBA. She would not be eligible for reparations. We know who her. She's the one that prosecuted Trump. We're going to take his money. I'm going to take all his money. We're going to put him in jail. We're going to seize Trump Towers. You know this chick. The soon not to be New York Attorney General. Damian Williams, and you might not know him, but this is the same prosecutor that prosecuted Donald Trump and some of his allies, and also is prosecuting. Now he quit once Trump got elected. He's a U.S. attorney, Southern District, U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. He's from the Bahamas. Do y'all see something that's currently? You see a theme here? All the people that's giving Donald Trump a hard time are not FBA. Carl Racine, former D.C. Attorney General, born in Haiti. Stacey Plaskett, U.S. delegate, Virgin Islands, Caribbean descent, Joe Nisige, a congressman from Eritrea. All of these people are trying to prosecute Donald Trump. None of them are FBA. You understand what I'm saying? I just want y'all to think about that. Think about that. Nevertheless, this definition, and he knows these people, and more importantly, his staff and the people around him know these people. And so the thing is, this definition, so he's going to pay attention, okay? But this definition ensures that this restorative justice is limited to those whose families were enslaved in America, fought for freedom in America, and endured legalized oppression. Why this distinction matters? Why? We know why it matters, okay? Because we don't want people coming in reaping more benefit from us and becoming basically $5 Indians. You pay $5, you get declared an Indian. Nevertheless, this is not about creating division. Of course it's not, right? It's among African descent. I know that's what y'all, you create more division, you're divisive. No, this is about honoring the very specific debt owed to those whose blood, labor, and sacrifice built this nation under the most inhumane conditions imaginable, and who never left, never immigrated. We didn't run, we fought, okay? We don't take flight, we fight. All right, that's the difference between foundational Black Americans and the rest of y'all. Y'all take flight and we fight. Y'all take flight and we stay in flight, okay? That's what we do. That's the difference, all right? Nevertheless, by maintaining this careful distinction, we affirm the moral. Shout out to Nana, thank you so much. We affirm the moral. I'm gonna read all my super chats when I get to where we get. We got some time, baby. We got a lot of time here. I got a lot of work to do. Y'all gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn something tonight. Anyway, the legal historical foundations of the Restorative Justice Act effort with your executive leadership, we can apply the America First agenda, okay, to a community who has shed not only their blood, sweat, and tears for this nation, but poured our hearts, our rhythm, our soul into every word. Now, this is basically the letter. It kind of goes on. I talk a little bit about myself, you know, historical presidential elect as a proud graduate of Grambling State University, Southern University Law Center, Baton Rouge, two historically Black colleges and universities founded by foundational Black Americans. I'm deeply connected to the legacy and ongoing mission of institutions built by the descendants of American slavery. Your administration's April 23rd, 2025 executive order, which relocated the federal HBCU initiative to the White House, was widely celebrated in the HBC community. So I'm giving him shots. You know, I'm giving him shout out to him, man. I talk about the First Step Act, transformed it. The man has done a lot for Black people that he didn't have to do. The record low Black unemployment rates before COVID-19, the permanent historic funding for HBCUs, these opportunity zones, the clemency that he gave to the sister Alice Jones. These are things that this man should be rewarded for. Okay. And I also talked about the fact that if he does sign this executive order on the establishment of the task force to pursue diplomatic and legal remedies for descendants of those illegally captured after 1808, that's going to put him in line with a President Abraham Lincoln or Lyndon B. Johnson.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You would tune in to Uncle D. D's Black Man Talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something and you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. Lizard King here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.